Yo, 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 what it do? Yo, 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 what it do? Yes, yeah, we about to get into this, man. Some additional conversation. We have other folks chiming in, those in the likeness of or the actuality, Candace Owens, all of his ops. So all of his ops. Yes, yeah, we about to get into this, man. Not all of his ops, but some of his ops, people he spoke on when Candace Owens got fired. Um, Shannon went in, so now Candace going in. Other folks are just hating. Like when Asante Samuels, he's mad because Shannon Sharpe and most of everybody with common sense believes Deion Sanders is better than Asante Samuels. So he's wrong to bring up Shannon Sharpe accusations to, you know, but other folks who got more of a legitimate beef with Shannon Sharp is definitely like, hey man, what's good? What's up? It's time to circle the block. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Sheesh. Okay, so my son picks the right time when to go to the bathroom. He picks when I go live. He does this perfect. He perfectly times this almost every time I go live. Hey, go, go, go. Okay. So bear with me. Go ahead and chop it up in the chat section. Let me know your thoughts on everything. Come here, feet, feet. Let me know your thoughts on everything, how everything is transpiring, and what do you believe is next? Okay, down, 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 get down. Give me your feet. Take your shoes off. Right here. Yeah, so give me a second. Let me run to the bathroom. Yeah, give me a second. All right, we're back. We're back. Let's get into this. So we're gonna read some. Okay, so we're gonna get Candace. Or like I said, we're gonna get the ops. Some ops with Shannon Sharpe. They call them getting their get back on them. Okay. Remember, Cat Williams. Cat Williams tried to warn them. Cat. Yeah. Sometimes your ego make you feel untouchable. But Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said, "Yo, they are going to come for you." Okay, so before Cat Williams, Shannon Sharpe was decent, right? He was in the podcast realm, doing good numbers. He wasn't the man. Okay, after Cat Williams, he became the man, and Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said, "Okay, you wanted me on here, you got me on here, and you're going to benefit tremendously. However, however, they are going to come for you." Okay, and I think Shannon Sharpe took that as only haters of Cat Williams. He didn't realize, like, no, you're going to be on top. So those who actually like me are still going to come after you because you're on top. That's what happens to the person on top. The LeBron James, you know, the Floyd Mayweathers, Michael Jordans, Kobe Bryant's, you dig? Um, all of these folks and plus more. Muhammad Ali, Dr. King, on and on and on. You're on top, they're going to come. All right. So many people on top. It could be entertainment, it could be some seriousness like politics. If you're on top, they are coming. Okay. He tried to warn them. He disregarded that. He became very sensitive to the jokes. Remember when he was walking all funny with the purse, and he became very sensitive to that when like people like Cameron and Mace and other podcasters came at him. He wanted to fight him and got all aggressive. He told Mike Epps he gonna smack him. That's not the characteristics of a man who understands what Cat Williams said. Okay, what Cat Williams said, you're supposed to handle that like LeBron James. Even though, yeah, because he rarely does outbursts towards his haters. Okay, but you're supposed to handle that in the manner of even President Trump. Okay, because you're gonna have haters. They're gonna come. Trump's on top, so they're coming after him. Like good or bad, they're coming after him. He's on top. Like he's the president. That's on top. Okay, good or bad. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying this is the positions that they are in. When Venus or no, Serena Williams was on top. When Tiger Woods was on top. When you're on top. When Brady was on top, they came after him. You dig? So this is anybody who's on top, they're gonna come. Cat Williams tried to warn Shannon Sharpe. Peace, Mongo. Peace, Claude. Cat warned him. And Monique, yeah, Monique, listen. Cat warned him. Monique warned him. Who else? Umar Johnson warned him. You dig? So listen, those three warnings he ignored. Monique said, stay away from the young women. Now, young women by themselves can't bring you down, right? Because as long as they're legal, you're good. Snow bunnies by themselves can bring you down, but when they're coupled with other things, it's really bad for you. And Cat Williams said the haters going to come, so haters can't really just single handedly bring you down. But he got caught up in the web with all those different spiders. Okay, the young women, snow bunnies, and haters. Like who really get bit like that? Normally it's one. It's the haters who bring you down, it's the snow bunnies who bring you down, or it's the young women, bring you down. He got hit with all three. Okay. So I learned from the Breakfast Club. I learned from the Breakfast Club. Okay. That no, was it the Breakfast? Yeah, yeah. What? No. I'm sorry. I learned from Cameron and Mace because I watched the Breakfast Club too. Um, I learned. Yeah, I support the Breakfast Club. Even though some things I don't like here and there, but overall, it's a good show. Overall, it's a good show. A lot of FBAs and it's a good show. So I support. So I support. But Cameron and Mace, I learned from them that the $100 million deal. Wait, a matter of fact, let me stop. Let's go ahead. Let me not even guess. Let's figure it out together. Why even guess? Yes. Yeah, he go bye bye. That bug go bye bye. Look at this, man. Why'd I get logged? Yeah, he go bye bye. The butterfly go bye. Why'd I even get logged out? How's that even possible? What is my password? I don't know my password. Like how'd I even get logged out? Hate this. Yes. I don't even know my password. Yes. What do you want? Okay. It'll work. Come on, sit down. Why is my keyboard not working? Can't even type. All right. Oh, whoops. Okay. Go sit down right here. Go sit down in your chair. Oh yeah, it's off. We got to charge it. Come sit right here. Let's charge it. He picked the right time to start bothering me. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now, hopefully my microphone's working because I had just unplugged the damn thing by mistake. He picked the right. Okay, it works. Okay, cool. All right. Get away from there. All right. Yeah. Don't want to okay, but don't be recorded. Get it. Go away. Come over here. All right. You don't nobody know their passwords. We just press save and that's it. Oh my God. We gotta do all this extra stuff. All right, give me a second. They're gonna send me a code, all this extra stuff, man. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to guess about Stephen A. Smith contract and Shannon Sharpe. I'd rather just know it. Okay. Search. No. Deep research. Okay. Let's see. What what $100 million deal did Stephen A. Smith agree to, and what $100 million deal was supposedly offered to Shannon Sharp? Oh shit! I pressed enter by mistake. Okay, could you please clarify what? The time frame. Are you looking for recent developments? Okay. God. Recent developmental developments for Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe's $100 million deals. Okay, let's find out. Is any truth to this? Hmm. All right, so they're going to confirm whether rumored or actual deals. Don't go over. They're going to confirm what we've been hearing. So let's see. I'm going to play the audio once they get done searching it. So before I even go further, let me just first confirm what we've been rumored to know. Because we're hearing $100 million deals for Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, and now we're hearing about one for Shannon Sharpe. So before I even go down that rabbit hole that could be filled with lies, before I even do that, let me do my due diligence and see if there's any truth to that. Because the rumor is that Stephen A. Smith signed $100 million deal with ESPN, and Shannon Sharpe's $100 million deal was not with ESPN, but rather something about his podcast. So supposedly that's a bigger flex than Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith is getting paid by, ESPN, something they employed him to do. Good work, Stephen A. But Shannon Sharpe got his $100 million deal off his own back, off his own genius. And that hits harder. That's a bigger flex. So if that's true, you would see why somebody can say Stephen A. Smith was jealous. And also, you know how I do. I'm gonna provide better research than most folks because I research better than most folks. So y'all should always expect that. Just like I just touched on briefly, Shaquille O'Neal exposing Shannon Sharpe for being a minstrel, right? Some stuff I already knew. I just bad timing. I waited for the right time. Well, I got some more stuff that all right. So some recent developments that I thought was weird, but not no longer on Shannon Sharpe. Weird with Stephen A. Smith. Okay, so he's been moving. Some of y'all could say he always move weird. That's fine. But I'm saying he was moving weird against Shannon Sharpe lately. And I just document stuff because, even the FBI to do a RICO case, they gotta wait, sit back, and just collect evidence, and it's evidence reveal itself. So that's what I do. When I hear things you guys say or this person say, I might not say anything but I'm definitely gonna document it. And then, hey, if y'all keep saying stuff, eventually I'm gonna say, hey, Claude, call in. And when I say that, that means I got you. That means don't call in. If I say, Mongo, call in, that means don't call in because I pretty much got you. But people with egos, they fall for it every time. DJ Focus, he was so easy. IBM, so easy. Hey, call in. I want to talk about that thing one more time. Don't call in. That means I did excellent research. American, what I call him, Zestmeister. Call in one more time. What you say about brain drain? Cook them. Oh, you did research? Yeah. What was I supposed to do? Freestyle like you? So when you thanks to you guys, I'm a monthly subscriber. Thanks to you guys. You guys donate again. $1 helps take care of some of these um subscriptions I'm paying for. One is Chat GPT and one is Photoshop. That's why my my thumbnails look so beautiful. Thanks to you guys. And Also, just the research. When you research Chat GPT freely, you get limited searches. When you start paying that monthly subscription, yeah, it like triples or quadruples or tenfold the much. So I can read and watch so much stuff because of my supporters donating is less than $1. It's going to go towards um, all those subscriptions. You're going to keep me tight. So right now, I say all that to say this. So right now, it's taking a little minute because I think this is only for monthly subscribers. I had clicked the button because you got regular search and you got deep research. So I clicked deep research. So they're gonna really search the net for these $100 million alleged deals that that have been circulating the net. So I clicked the deep research button. My cash app is dollar sign unbiased Ron. Put it in again. You dig? Whatever you can. If it's zero, cool. Your viewership is enough. But for those with some excess charitable uh dollars, yeah, $1, $2, $3, it all adds up. So the search is on its way. It's like halfway done because again, I did a deep research. I don't want to go along with the rumor, right? I got high standards. Kwame is here. He said Haitian soldier. Kwame, man, we over here talking about this guy. Yo, dude, we're talking about Shannon Sharpe. We're not talking about tether stuff. You gotta wait for the next live. You trying to get my channel flagged by YouTube. When YouTube hold all content creators to a high standard. When you have a title, you got to speak to it. You know, they allow you to like do clickbait to a certain extent. But you can't have a title like this. You can't say Obama daughter is caught selling drugs, right? And then talk about Shannon Sharpe. YouTube will flag the hell out you. YouTube will suspend you probably. You cannot do that. That's in the fine print in YouTube. That's called like deceptive something. Please, Golden. So Kwame, right. He has no idea. I don't think Kwame could read English, but he said protect Shannon Sharp, bro. What? Yeah, I don't. Yo, listen, yo, Kwame and other tethers, they view us. When I say us, I'm talking about people who acknowledge themselves as FBAs. They view us as like less than human. Like they think that we can't be honest. Like we can't say, hey man, this guy's wrong. Hey, this guy's right. In their mind, in their weird mind, they really think we attack them as a collective. No, bro, we attacked the tether class. Okay, stop. Go over it. We attacked the tether class amongst you guys, man. Okay? We don't think every Jamaican is full of SHIT. We don't think every African is full of SHIT. We think there's enough of them that's full of SHIT that they can undermine, right? They become empowered to undermine. So, with that being said, my boy, if Shannon's FBA and he's wrong, he's an FBA wrong person. If he's right, then he's an FBA right person, bro. We don't support people who are wrong. Okay. We will talk about it and attempt to critique them, and hopefully they can hear it somehow, their publicists, whatever, and take heed. Right. Yeah. But Tether is like, they just think like we just support everything that 43 FBAs do. Yeah, that's their insecurities, of course. And this is why they think the word tether means all when it doesn't. Tether is not all inclusive. It's all exclusive. It's a verb. It's an action word. You got to do things to become a tether, a thief. That's stealing. Stealing is verb. Or to steal, right? That's an action. And when you steal something and it's clear you stole, you are called a thief because you stole. Okay, so when you do some tether stuff, you're called a tether. It just turns out that if you steal something, you're not called a stealer. You're just called a thief. But that's all. In our mind, you would probably call it a stealer. All right. So while this thing is still searching, because I want to be thorough on what I say, because you got clowns out there that's trying to clip. Oh, unbiased said this. Unbiased said that. Don't worry about what I say. Is it right or wrong? Yeah, Pablo worse than Kwame. Pablo, well, first of all, Kwame, you got to talk about Toussaint having those Haitian slaves, bruh. You got to justify Toussaint enslaving the Haitians with military threat. So as this research kick in, I'm gonna need Kwame to justify Toussaint enslaving the Haitians. Okay, I'm talking about slavery. Like it was forced slave. It was forced labor, and he had a military to back him. Okay. So now my search is now okay. So they got the information. Now my search engine is evaluating these websites, is making sure that they only read or report from the credible websites that had the rumors or facts to these $100 million contracts supposedly that was offered to Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith. But I'm telling you, you want to stick around because I got some backstabbing. I got some. Hey, put that down. I got some backstabbing. I got so. Spoiler alert: Shannon Sharpe was a minstrel yesterday. Well, after I revealed what I got on Stephen A. Smith, if you already hated him, you're gonna hate him a lot more because we got backstabbing. So this play was set up longer than you think to exile Shannon Sharpe. And what's the motive? It's always money. Because once you're on top, they got to bring you down. So Stephen A. Smith always bragged about being on ESPN and ESPN is number one, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then, but he also admit when he was speaking on Shannon Sharpe uh, scandal that Shannon Sharpe joining had, helped contribute to ESPN already current number one status. So keep in mind, Stephen A. also has a podcast that does very well. Good numbers, great numbers, great numbers. But Stephen A. does not. He's not. He's not trending like Shannon Sharpe. So he has Shannon Sharpe money. He has Shannon Sharpe professional. He got Shannon Sharpe everything. But what he does not have is Shannon Sharpe swag and connections. A lot of folks don't deal with Stephen A. Smith, because of the cooning. All right. People deal with Shannon Sharpe is more relatable when we talk about urban areas. And even with like other races, like they just think Shannon Sharpe is more cool. He got more swag. He more lit. But that is what Stephen A. That's what's bothering Stephen A. Because everybody Stephen A. can talk to, Shannon can talk to, but everybody Shannon can talk to, Stephen A. can't talk to. Cat Williams is not interested at all in talking to Stephen A. Smith. Okay. people are mad and fighting to get on Club Shay Shay, not Stephen A. Smith's podcast or ESPN. Although they will go there, but they don't really see the benefit because it's a contradiction to what they're trying to do. Like, why would a comedian go to a sports show for more followers or support? So, but anyway, backstabbing, backstabbing alert. I got some shady stuff. My research, not yours, not the internet. My research. I got some shady stuff that Stephen A. I mean, proof is an irrefutable proof. I got that shit that Stephen A. Smith was doing, regardless of how Shannon Sharpe felt about it, because Shannon Sharpe did not approve of the things he was doing on by his lonely. The things Stephen A. Smith was doing on his lonely by his lonely, Shannon was not a fan of it. Stephen A. didn't give a damn. He gonna do what he want to do. So the image is was shaking the net. So somebody made a dial of Shannon Shay Shay and his infamous gear with the purse when he was made that skit. Everybody when he did that video that everyone made a skit about, and that is supposedly Gabby, the OnlyFans thought. Okay, image two. This is Chelchenko and Shay Shay going over a live podcast together, going over the NFL draft. Okay, and I got the Migos lyrics at the bottom with the football. You get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Okay, Gucci man. Then we have this. I'm in love with a stripper. So we got the Cash App right here that you guys can send $1, $2, $3. I won't Dr. Umar you. I won't say make that. Hey, thanks for the $3. Next time make it 30. Hey, thanks for the dollar. Next time make it a buck. I'm not gonna do that. Whatever support I get, I'm gonna definitely make use of it. So we got the football fumble again, and this time the bag. So okay. So remember the lyrics. The lyrics is I get the bag. No, you get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and okay. So this is the bag that he fumbled. Supposedly. Research will let us know what's going on with that. Okay, so now we'll get into another accuser. Okay, so I'm kind of tiptoeing you guys to where I'm going. You guys kind of see where I'm going. So the anticipation should be even greater. Damn, this is a deep research. I ain't gonna take this goddamn long. All right. Yeah, Pablo be off topic the most. But yeah, I got some as I gave you a sneak peek into where I'm going. When I say backstabbing, I think you've seen the thumbnail. Okay. So use your imagination, but whatever it is, I'm gonna go a little deep. Okay, so Chat GPT got a deep research button, and my brain has a deep research button as well. Again, Cat Williams warned Shannon Sharpman. This is a warning for all y'all. It's a warning for all y'all. Whatever you do well, whatever you do well, it could be crochet. Whatever you do well, you're gonna be a target. Okay. If you're in a crochet environment and that thing is just so easy to you, just comes so natural. You can flip it and tumble it and all type of stuff. The other crocheters is gonna hate a little bit, and they can't wait to see you fall. You know what's crazy? Shannon Sharpe and Tans Crawford were talking about that, and I didn't clip that. I should have. Okay, I should have clipped them talking about the fall, where Shannon Sharpe interviewed Tans Crawford, number one pound for pound boxer in the sport, right? rumored to fight Canelo, I think in September. But anyway, they were talking about how no, 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 sit on that. It's gonna fall. They were talking about how Muhammad Ali was only loved after he lost. Mike Tyson was loved after. So basically, after they got humbled, they were loved. Like white society, which collectively is evil, is racist. White society as a whole. Well, I'm not saying every white person, but definitely white society. Their environment, their collective environment is evil. It is racist. Right? That's a fact. Okay. White society, the, as evil as it is, um, likes to see FBAs humble. They don't want to give us our flowers when we're reigning champs, reigning kings. So that's what Terrence Crawford was saying. When we're superior, when we're like just getting it, they don't give us our flowers at that stage, but they always want it when they're dominant and superior. They want the flowers. They said, well, he was saying that they normally wait until we're allegedly humbled before they can start giving your praise, your due flowers. He started naming the different people like Muhammad Ali. He didn't get his flowers until he got humbled. But when he was great and when he was seen as unstoppable, fierce, they did. They wanted him to lose. Mike Tyson, he didn't get his due props until he quote unquote got humbled. He took the loss. He took two losses actually. He took the RAPE conviction. That was a loss, and then I think before that, he lost to. I forgot how it worked out, but he lost. Okay, 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 good, good. But he lost to Buster Douglas. So I forgot how it played out. Did he get the allegations or the conviction or either or before Buster or after Buster? I can't remember. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe next time research this deep analysis crap, I'm gonna make sure I do it before I go live. I didn't know it takes this long. Yeah, but anyway, so Mayweather never gave white society that um that um that moment. Mayweather never gave white society that moment. So they were kind of forced to, which they still really ain't do, but they're kind of forced to give him his flowers while he's alive because he has never given him that humbling moment. Although he had his moments here and there, but he survived all the moments, like even his all the accusations and the convictions that he was involved in. Okay, he survived them. Like none of those things humbled him, where he had to sit down and um, reinvent himself because he took a major L. All those moments, he still was, you know, rich. Right. So Mayweather never gave them that humbling moment where they can now give him his flowers. That's why like they really don't speak on Mayweather too much. So Mayweather used to say, "What if I was white? How would they treat me?" I remember that. This is when he was like still like Pretty Boy Floyd, or he just became TB, TB, the best ever. Um, Money Mayweather. He was asking, rhetorically, because we all know this. He was asking, "What if I was white?" And we was like, "Yeah, man." Like so. Anyway, so a white boy actually came about, a white boxer who was nowhere near Mayweather, but Lomachenko, Vasil Lomachenko. This dude had three, like he had a similar boxing. He kind of, I can't say similar anything, but he kind of fought. He kind of won like Mayweather. Let me say it like that. Okay, they were calling this dude. This dude is like Eastern European, like something like that. Ukraine. He's Ukrainian. So they were calling this guy the Matrix, right? Now you know when you're called the Matrix is widely known for Keanu Reeves dipping and dodging those bullets, right? When you think of the Matrix, especially but that back then, all you think about is that. Like that was like the highlight of the movie. Okay. So they was calling this white guy, Ukrainian, Vasil Lomachenko. They was calling him Matrix by saying you can't touch him. Hell, a bullet can't touch him. Now we know Mayweather got the best defense in the history of boxing. All right. So now they're calling this guy Lomachenko the Matrix after about I'm not lying, family. After about 7 fights. So when Mayweather said, "What if I was white? Like, how would I be treated in this racist, evil society?" Like, he would be Alexander the Great. You got a guy with 7 fights, and they're already calling him the Matrix. But wait, there's more. The same white guy, Bob Arum, was his promoter. Bob Arum said this dude is again like 7 fights, 7, 8 fights in. And when I say he won like Mayweather, I'm saying like he didn't knock anybody out. Like he wasn't known. He knocked some people out. Actually, Mayweather had a higher knockout percentage of him. But when I say one like Mayweather, like a lot of his fights, like, he just outskilled the other guy. Like he made the other guy look dumb. The other guy, looked dumb trying to win. So that's what I mean. Like he won like Mayweather. Like he outclassed a lot of his opponents. But when Mayweather did it, it was called boring. Oh, he's so boring. And this is what we talking about, that white hype, or that white racist machine. We talk about systemic racism. When Mayweather dominates his opponents, but because he didn't knock him out, he's called boring. But Mayweather said, "What if I was white?" So Lomachenko comes about. He's supposedly the white version of Mayweather, and he is not knocking nobody out either. He's outpointing them. He's beating them up like Mayweather, outclassing his opponents, and they are all over this guy. Bob Arum said this guy with like 7 to 8 fights in. Bob Arum, he said this. This is I could find the quote for you. I could find the video. Bob Arum said this Lomachenko guy is greater than Muhammad Ali. Like, see, only when you're a white man, white woman, you can make yes. So, oh, okay, say right there. So right here. So only when okay, a banana. Okay, say that. I get you banana. So only when you're a white person, you can say something as outrageous as that, and nobody really gets on you. Now, check it out. Mayweather said he's the best ever based upon his resume. He's a boxer. So he's comparing himself to other great boxers, other legends. Okay. So Mayweather's comparing himself to other legends in the sport that's retired already. Right. And he's justifying it by saying, hey, let's look at it. Let's look at what I did in the sport and who I fought compared to theirs. Okay. And people thought Mayweather was retarded, even saying something remotely close to that when it was justified. Like the dude has a he has a boxing record. He has opponents. I mean, he did some things that's worthy of consideration for the best boxers in the sport. And with all he had a great argument. People now starting to say he's the best ever. Some folks are saying other folks are, but they're putting Mayweather in the topic. So he wasn't. So basically, he wasn't crazy as people were acting like he was for making that judgment call on himself, making an assessment. Now, Bob Arum says this. Bob Arum says Lomachenko, white boy, with 7 to 8 fights. Bob Arum says he's greater than Ali. So he says something with no justification. Nobody is saying that about Lomachenko. Nobody but Bob Arum, his promoter. And you would think that whatever hate Mayweather got from speaking about himself, Bob Arum should got that times 10. The only people who said something about Bob Arum making that claim were black podcasters. That's it. Black podcasters that dedicate their content to the sport of boxing. They were the only ones calling out Bob Arum. No media, no Stephen A. Smith, nobody was saying anything. They were all bigging up Lomachenko. Good, by the way, Bob Arum top rank was fighting on ESPN. So he had the ESPN backing, and Stephen A. worked for ESPN. So he was not going to speak against ESPN's fighter. Okay. Okay. No, good. We'll get him. We won't. Okay, go, dog. Sir, give me 1 second. All right, my fault. Like I said, my son, it's not kind of my fault because I went live late, but all his antics. Come on, son. He's pulling now. Gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, he want a banana. He going back in the house. All the stuff to get me off my dean. He's doing it now. All right, so the research is in. All right, so now let's go. Let's read the supposed reports on a contract. It's long as hell. God damn. All right, let's get it. So now I asked them to go over all the rumors on Stephen A's deal and Shannon Sharpe, a hundred alleged $100 million deal. So let's see any truth.
Stephen A. Smith, $100 million deals. Stephen A. Smith's $100 million ESPN contract. In early 2025, secured a new contract with ESPN, reportedly worth at least $100 million over 5 years. This massive deal keeps Smith as the star of First Take, ESPN's flagship morning debate show, while actually scaling back some of his other duties on the network. For example, Smith will no longer be a regular on ESPN's NBA pregame show,
Wow,
Countdown,
that's dope.
freeing him to pursue other ventures, notably his own political commentary and podcast projects outside ESPN. The New York Times, via The Athletic's Andrew Marchand, first reported Smith's extension, noting that ESPN's most prominent personality had previously been earning about $12
My
million
cash app on the
per
left.
year.
Send a dollar, two
The new
dollars.
agreement, worth
Y'all pay
roughly
for this
$20
type
million
of deep
annually,
research.
underscores ESPN's commitment to Smith as a franchise face. Smith himself has not publicly disputed or detailed the exact financial terms, but he's expressed excitement about continuing his role. The hefty contract and slightly reduced ESPN workload suggest the network is allowing Smith more flexibility. For instance, time to grow the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast and even dabble in political discussions as part of the deal. Indeed, during the 2024 election cycle, some of Smith's political commentary went viral, and he's hinted at ambitions beyond sports. ESPN hasn't officially announced the dollar figure, but multiple credible outlets have confirmed the $100 million
Leave
value.
alone.
Notably, there's been no denial from Smith or the network regarding the reported amount, indicating that the $100 million figure is accurate.
Here we
Shannon
go.
Sharpe's rumored $100
There we go.
million media deal. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame NFL tight end turned media star, has been linked to a potential $100 million deal of his own, though this one remains rumored and in progress rather than finalized. In April 2025, Front Office Sports reported that Sharpe received multiple offers for a new podcasting contract and was expected to sign a deal worth over $100 million. This prospective deal would encompass Sharpe's wildly popular Club Shay Shay podcast, along with other shows under his Shay Shay Media Network. In other words, a media platform or network is looking to acquire Sharpe's entire podcast content slate, including not just Club Shay Shay, but also programs like Jeff Teague's Club 520 podcast, the Sharpe's Nightcap Show with Chad Ochocinco Johnson, the Bubba Dub Show, and even an official Atlanta Hawks team podcast as a package. This would effectively turn Sharpe's podcast enterprise into a $100 million plus multi-show deal, reflecting the huge audience he's built. His YouTube channel alone boasts nearly 4 million subscribers. It's important to note that Sharpe's $100 million deal has not been confirmed or signed publicly as of the latest updates. The reports of the offer came as Sharpe's prior partnership with Colin Cowherd's The Volume Podcast Network was expiring, making him a free agent in the content space. Sharpe has not commented on the $100 million figure directly, and his agent declined to discuss the ongoing negotiations when asked. In fact, around the same time this news broke, Sharpe became entangled in a legal battle, a $50 million lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault, which he vehemently denies. In late April 2025, Sharpe announced he would step away temporarily from his ESPN duties to address the allegations, calling them false, and insinuating he was the target of an attempted shakedown. He stated the encounter in question was consensual and characterized the lawsuit as an opportunistic ploy, coming on the heels of his high-value media negotiations. Publicly, Shannon Sharpe has focused on clearing his name and has not confirmed any details about the rumored contract. However, the timing has drawn attention. Even Stephen A. Smith remarked that Sharpe was closing in on a rumored $100 million media deal and wondered if the lawsuit could jeopardize it. Thus far, the $100 million figure for Sharpe originates from industry sources and reporting, not an official announcement. If that deal comes to fruition, it would vault Sharpe into the upper echelon of sports media earners. For comparison, Pat McAfee's recent ESPN contract was reported at $85 million for 5 years.
Wow.
For now, Sharpe's camp hasn't confirmed the number or the identity of the platform involved, so it remains a developing story.
Okay.
What is clear is that both Sharpe and Smith
Bias
have become
Ron.
central figures in a sports media landscape, now willing to pay 9 figures for marquee talent.
Dang.
Sources, recent reporting by the New York Times, The Athletic, Front Office Sports, and the Associated Press, as cited above, provides the latest credible details on these deals. Both stories have unfolded in 2024-2025, with Smith's contract confirmed and Sharpe's in negotiations. We will have to watch how Sharpe's situation resolves, both the contract and the legal matter, to see if that $100 million materializes in reality or adjusts amid the surrounding circumstances.
All right. So I'm glad I was able to bring you guys accurate information rather than going off he said, she said. Okay, so Cameron was indeed right. Now I can continue. So Cameron had corrected Mace and Stat Baby about no, ESPN was not going to pay Shannon Sharpe $100 million. So most of us on the net, we believe it was an ESPN deal. But Cameron corrected everybody, including myself, that that's not an ESPN deal. That's a deal for his podcast. That has nothing to do with the ESPN thing because people were saying, even the Breakfast Club was saying that they was also assuming that it was an ESPN deal by saying there's a morality what do you call it? God damn, maybe I'm losing my thought. Clause in the contract where, he can't be caught doing crazy stuff. Go. Because embarrassing the company. But Cameron was like, he waited till they were done. He's like, nah, that's not the case with him. This had nothing to do with him embarrassing the company. It's his company. So then when Mace got wind of that, he was like, oh, okay, well, damn, I pretty much changed my whole entire position. He said, I was thinking that I think he's trying to, he has to keep ESPN with a great image. So I think that's important to know. And now you see where I'm going a little bit with my angle. So Stephen A. Smith had got a contract to be part of a show that he does not own. Okay. And he has $100 million contract to help grow that show that he does not own. That's a flex. It's $100 million. But I believe when he found out Shannon Sharpe was go get the same amount of money, but this is for Sharpe's own podcast. Remember, Stephen A. Smith gets away from everything. Stephen A. Smith get $100 million, and he wanted time to build up his own thing. Well, Shannon Sharpe. So think about this. Stephen A. is begging for a little time to grow his own podcast, right? But Shannon Sharpe has all the time to grow his own podcast. So Shannon Sharpe got paid $100 million to grow his own podcast. Stephen A. got paid $100 million to grow somebody else stuff, and a little time he was awarded dedicated to his own. So of course Shannon Sharpe got the better deal. And so that flex that Stephen A. Smith normally would do on people, we can clearly see that Shannon Sharpe has a bigger flex over Stephen A. Smith. And like I said, he got more swag, more people appeal to him. People ain't taking pictures with Stephen A., but they all taking pictures with Shannon Sharpe. And it's genuine conversations he's having. He's not forced. So if Stephen A. Smith was to get a Monica over there, or let's say a Terrence Crawford over there, it's not going to be as genuine. Like people actually like Shannon Sharpe. Stephen A. got to pay you to come to his. I mean, they all paying, but like they're all, it's just different. Okay, it's just different. All right. With that being said, So now we got some facts out the way. Okay, that's why I said, guys and gals, I'm gonna bring y'all some exclusives. All right, and I just did. Now we have clarity on the contract situation. Yeah, so Jason Whitlock, this I didn't see because I didn't see everybody's stuff because everybody, I watched as much as I could. Jason Whitlock don't have any shorts. If he had shorts, I would have played some of his stuff. But I didn't see any Jason Whitlock shorts. Yeah, but Jason Whitlock is doing some stuff too. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that ESPN thing with Shannon Sharp, that's viral. Okay, I didn't do that. I did this one. You get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. And I did this one. I'm in love with a snow bunny. And I got the football he fumbled, and I got the bag that he potentially dropped. But now we see it's his own podcast. We kind of take that back. So when ESPN fired him, that meant nothing. That meant little to nothing. Okay, ESPN paying Shannon Sharp to appear 2 times or whatever times he comes, that money is little money. That money is equivalent to the money Stephen A. get from his podcast, most likely, or if not. So, matter of fact, Shannon Sharp is financially doing better than Stephen A. Smith because Shannon Sharp, what he get paid to appear on ESPN, is most likely more than what Stephen A. Smith podcast is worth. And outside of that, they both get $100 million deals. So Shannon got the edge, and with everything else I said on top of that. All right. Yes. Okay. Leave it. All right. If that make any sense. Now let's get into some gangster. I'm joking. Now let's get into some stuff now that we're able to clear that. Okay. So now here is some get back. So everybody's trying to get their get back on Shannon Sharp. Okay. So here's some get back. Here's your girl, Candace Owens.
That was fast, is what I would say. Very, very fast, Mr. Shannon Sharpe. He is officially out at ESPN. We said yesterday that this was likely to happen because with these sorts of contracts, millions and millions of dollars, they can and usually do include a morality clause, meaning like, don't be caught at a strip club smacking booty cheek.
So you heard her. She said the morality clause, but that's not the case. See, this is everybody believing that the $100 million contract is coming from ESPN. Now I'm potentially a nobody, right? Not potentially. I am a nobody in this media space, right? But she's a somebody. And the nobody I am, I knew it was important to get the facts, right? Whether it's an ESPN deal or not an ESPN deal. Now you would think somebody like Candace Owens, who's always reporting on stuff, who got like 4 million subscribers, the same as Shannon Sharp, you would think that she would be more careful spreading fake news. Nope. So I find that interesting that I I am more responsible than her. And we both claim to be YouTube journalists. That's why I say I'm a little different. So she quoted the fake news. She quoted the morality clause fake news.
And we said yesterday that this was likely to happen because with these sorts of contracts, millions and millions of dollars, they can and usually do include a morality clause, meaning like, don't be caught at a strip club smacking booty cheeks that are $25,000 per cheek.
Oh, boy! Yes! They don't make drinks like that anymore.
And he wasn't at a strip club, but his text messages have been revealed, and it's quite embarrassing for ESPN. So he used to be on First Take, and now they are putting that on ice.
Candace has given y'all her butt to kiss for 2 decades. In the moment, what they do? They can't fire me. They can't fire
So here
me.
you go.
The hell you say? Now look at her.
See?
Tempting. I do not think that the rape element is true. I do think that he has been behaving sloppily, and so that has caught up with him. And I understand ESPN's decision here. But the accidental hilarity that happened in this situation is that how it's the manner in which Shannon chose to make the announcement regarding CNN. So he took a screenshot of a text message, which clearly had to have been written by someone else, maybe his lawyer or his PR team. It wasn't written by him. And then he shared it onto X. So people were laughing at him going, you're not supposed to share. You're supposed to make it sound like it actually was written by you.
That's funny. If that's the case, that's funny. That's funny because ain't that Mr. Bean? That was me in high school. I'll be writing your answers down, and you say, "Nah, it ain't good." I'm like, "What?"
Here's what he wrote when he shared the news. He said, my statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. Deadline heard from an ESPN spokesperson. They said, quote, this is a serious situation, and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away. So it appears the truth is that Shannon Sharpe essentially quit before he was fired. He wanted to avoid people kind of laughing at him or saying he was fired. Again, I don't wish him bad. I hope that he finds happiness. I don't particularly take him to be a happy or a well-rounded person. And I think his behavior illustrates that. His behavior in privacy, but also in public, the way that he treats people on his podcast. You have to not be happy and whole to just enjoy and take joy in other people's suffering.
She's talking about herself, okay? Okay, anyway, so I want to give y'all that. Did Jason Whitlock play that? All right, let's go further. What else we got? So we got this guy.
Blah, blah, blah. What's up, y'all? It's Marcel Swally, that dude. It's over for Shannon Sharpe at ESPN for now. I repeat, for now. So I'm at an investors conference and I was listening to some pitches, decided to take a break, went to the bar to hydrate, opened up my phone, and boom, Shannon's X account has this screenshot. Quote, my statement is found here and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN
All right,
duties.
so we already read this. Hold on.
I will be devoting this time to my family.
Well, no. Candace beat you to it. Goodbye. All right. Okay. Oh, listen to this.
Is accused of raping this woman on multiple occasions. Now, yesterday we played for you an exclusive audio clip, a phone conversation that Shannon and his accuser had. And now today we've gotten our hands on a new audio clip where Shannon once again seems to physically threaten the woman. Take a listen.
Coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
So yeah, as the accuser says in the clip, it's not a great look for Shannon, but according to Shannon's legal team, this is essentially how Shannon and his accuser talked. They sent out roughly, it's got to be close to 1,000 text messages on Tuesday that they say were sent from the accuser to Shannon. And in multiple of them, specifically one instance in general from October of 2023, the woman asked Shannon to be choked. In one specifically, she says, put a dog collar around my neck and choke me as we're engaging in intercourse.
I must speak about that later.
So Shannon's side of this is saying that merely this is the role and the nature of the conversations that these two had. They're saying that there was no sort of violent intentions, and merely this
So
is what
that's
this
how she
woman
set him up.
asked for repeatedly, and that's why Shannon is seen and I guess heard using this language.
Right. So what I believe, as what you guys can see, is that she clearly was using the language choke in a sexual context. But she also knew if I say choke as I'm on a phone with him, he's going to only look at it from a sexual context. Okay. But he doesn't see the play. He doesn't see that a choke is also, or more commonly known or seen as something violent, right? A violent action. So if I constantly say the word choke in bed with him, he's going to constantly only link the word choke up. I'm sorry, he's going to only link the word choke to a sexual act in bed. He's not going to see it as a violent act when I say it. So the play is in motion. He's too horny and desperate to see the play. He's too freaky. He's 69 God, right? He cannot see the play. We all can see that. You dig, from a mile away. None of us would have got that on us. None of us. Okay. Only a 69 God would have ignored all of this. Okay. So anyway, hope Drake is paying attention. So anyway, so now while she's recording him, she keeps saying, I don't want to be choked. You see? And when he said, yes, you do, he's saying you do. That's all you ask to be done to you when we're having sex. See, so she's saying, I don't want to be choked on record while it's being recorded. She know that the public's going to take that as a violent action. But she know that Shannon is going to understand that as a sexual action. So when she said, I don't want to be choked, he said, yes, you do. Meaning like in bed, yes, you do. So that's why he said, hey, play the 10-minute conversation. You edited the tape to make it seem like we're talking about violence. But if the whole audio is played, we're clearly still talking about sex. So yes, you do like to be choked while you're having sex. And the choke action is not like a real choke. It's just cosplaying. So the play was set. She recorded, set his desperate coon ass up, and she was able to try. So she almost blackmailed him because he was willing to pay the 10 million. It's not that he was guilty. He didn't attempt to pay the 10 million, right? To settle with $10 million because he's guilty. He attempted to settle with $10 million because he knew how this would look in the public. He knew that the public would look at him as a violent man who would have choked this poor white girl. And this is why Dr. Umar Johnson said no snow bunnies. Because if she was black, this would have happened. Hold on. If she was black, this would have happened. Hold on.
When I'm hearing people, they're like, "Well, this wouldn't have happened with a black girl." Let's start right there. With a black girl, he probably would have paid child support. It would have been easier. I'm just gonna say it. It would have been easier with a black girl. Let's say she was from the projects. Her name was Latanya. He wouldn't have been paying what he's paying. I just know that.
That also said if you play in the snow, let it go.
Don't know how it's gonna go.
You're not gonna know how it's gonna go.
Yeah, everybody want to play in the snow till it's a blizzard.
Till it's a blizzard, it's crazy.
I mean, you got a lot of money. You can't really date in the snow unless you're gonna marry. That is because they don't play by the same rules. They didn't have the same upbringing. So their mindset is to do whatever you ask, because when it goes wrong, they're gonna want their half. When I'm hearing people,
Okay, so Mace broke it down somewhat. If she was black, the media couldn't paint this King Kong story. This big black man trying to rape and violently choke, pretty much kill this white pure woman. Okay, see, the black woman narrative doesn't work, because when you think of black women, you also got to think of Breonna Taylor, who didn't get the same justice, and so many others who are not seen as pure and innocent and worthy of justice. You see? So this was played correctly. This was played perfectly. And like I said, some big, dumb, goofy, clumsy, slave talking man can only fall for a play like this and don't catch it. You have to be a big, clumsy coon that talk like an old slave to be caught in a scandal like this and don't see the play. All right? That's your boy Sharp. He's a big, clumsy coon. Now I like Sharp. Definitely role play. It's definitely role play, 100%. Because when you hear more, TMZ is revealing more. When you hear more, you're starting to see, okay, the dude is innocent. He was literally blackmailed. Okay, blackball, everything black. All right, black exploitation, black whatever. He's everything black. He's also a black coon, right? Let's not forget about that. But he doesn't deserve this because again, they look at us as the one black Negro. Okay, so if they could do it to a coon, you are next, right? Because a coon are their peoples, all right? So let me throw this in there. That that Cash App thingy for those who can. Go ahead. $1, $2, $1, $2. Okay, you did. All right. So what else I can hit y'all with? Am I done with TMZ? No. Okay. Am I done with TMZ? Am I? Am I? Am I done with TMZ?
Language multiple times. So that's, I guess, where they're standing. I think the other criticism from Sharp's camp towards Busby is, why was this being recorded? They would like to know why was she doing that? Because then they believe that plays into their narrative that she perhaps was setting up some kind of blackmail scheme against him. And
Of course. All right. So now let's go to your boy CLR. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna read it. So he wants to read the yellow. So now look, she said, it says, a woman more than 30 years younger than he. I don't care about the age difference. You won't get me into that. If you're legal, you're legal. I don't give a damn. You're 150. Okay, and she's 18. I don't give a damn. If she's consenting and he's consenting, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, baby, baby. All right. You won't get me caught up in the age gap thing. I don't. There's no age gap. Once y'all both legal, there ain't no age gap. You could be goddamn Moses age. You dig? You got the right to an 18-year-old as long as she is consenting. You won't get me to that. Oh, if I had a daughter, I don't got a daughter, and I ain't got to worry about none of that. But if I did have a daughter, she turned 18. There's nothing I can do about it besides be emotional and do something illegal. They're doing something legal. All I can do is be emotional and do something illegal and get myself locked up over two consenting adults. You won't catch me in none of those situations. All right. Younger than he, and repeatedly threatened to brutally choke and violently slap her. Sharp. Okay. So now look what's going. Look at here's the spin. And that's why most likely she's gonna end up with $0 from Shannon Sharpe. That's my assessment. So family, listen, take that to the bank. She had a guaranteed $10 million. Okay. Okay. Because he said, here, take this $10 million. I don't want this getting out. Not that I'm guilty, is that it's going to look like I'm guilty because we're role playing and the public is not going to know it because you guys are going, well, I'm sure when they played that to him, they played the edited clip. Like, yo, yeah, we want 50 million or it's coming out. And I believe he responded like, "Hey, ain't no way in hell you get 50 because you're lying." But it's a bad look. So I don't want to defend this. It's a bad look on me. It's going to tarnish everything I work hard for. So hey, look, I give you 10 million to save the embarrassment, to save the projection and all the speculations and opinions and ignorant opinions, obviously. And I just keep this clean image and give you 10 million, go away. You did go away. They got greedy. They got greedy. And they decided to expose him and go that route, feeling like he gonna be like Diddy and give him $30 million. That was a bad, bad plan. You know why I say that? Because in Diddy's case, there was probably some more truth to that video. And there was probably other videos like that. And as you can see, there were other victims that could come out against Diddy over like so long of a time. Shannon Sharpe knows there are no other videos. I'm sorry, Shannon Sharpe knows there are no other victims because she's not even a victim. He's the victim. You dig? So this actually worked out for him. That he didn't pay her 10 million, not the whole thing. The whole thing did not work out for him. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, like the whole thing. Wait, where you going? Okay, go. Take the go. Take the book. Go take the go take the bubbles. And be careful. Don't fall. Okay. So when I say the whole thing worked out for him, I'm not talking about everything. I'm talking about the scandal, not what he lost and the embarrassment. I'm talking about the scandal worked out for him. The exploitation worked out for him because they got greedy, didn't take the 10 million. There's no way in hell he was paying more unless he's guilty. You dig? There's no way you're paying more than what you offered them to settle unless you're absolutely guilty. Okay. So they messed up. They got greedy and they didn't take the 10 million. He already got embarrassed. He already stepped away from ESPN, and ESPN was not the bag. Okay. They probably thought like we thought that ESPN was the bag. You lose ESPN, you lose the bag. We found out ESPN was never the bag. Okay, the bag was his own stuff that's still rocking. Now, I don't know if y'all watched his video lately, but he had like almost 1 million views on his last live. So her OnlyFans leveled up, but his stuff leveled up too. The difference is y'all don't have that extra 10 million, and y'all don't get now that he's already exposed, embarrassed, not really exposed, but already embarrassed. That's it. The damage is done. It can't get worse than this. So no 10 million for you folks. So Shannon Sharpe, he won in that way. All right, so let's go ahead and read some more. So all this is done now. Now that all the facts is being revealed, that she remixed role play to make it seem like he was a violent. Okay, so refused. Okay, so he refused to accept the answer no, and he raped the plaintiff. So you see, this is some dangerous stuff. Despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no, okay, this is some dangerous stuff that she's doing, all for some money. I mean, it's one thing to get a guy out of, you know, $10 million, right, or whatever money. But I believe it's another thing to send them to prison for something they did not do. Something was all like a game. Like you gamed them. It was all part of the play. But to like go as far as to try to send them to prison, that's crazy. And it's all a lie. If it's all a lie, which it seems like it is. So defendant Shannon Sharpe is 56 years old. Okay, whatever. And this is why they said no snow bunnies, because you see this lawyer right here? He's going to side with the snow bunny. And everybody else in white society, they're all siding with the snow bunny. They know she's lying, but they're all on code. Now, if she was black, like Breonna Taylor, they'll all be siding with Shannon Sharpe because based on the facts, not because she's lying or he's guilty. They would be siding with him, and they wouldn't be ashamed to disclose or side with the facts because it's a Becky. We have this issue. And I'm saying, do you, boo? Like, y'all want to Becky? Do y'all? I'm just saying what I'm not going to do. You ain't got to worry about this with me. That ain't gonna be my issue. I'm gonna go out by. If I go out bad, it'd be something different. It won't be a Becky. Okay, want to read some more. Okay, so Jane Doe had noticed Sharp watching her during her workouts. At this time, Doe was not just 19 years old. At the time, she didn't know. Oh boy, here we go. And there ain't nothing wrong. Yo, she got the workout videos there in a sexual way for us to look at. If you got eyes, you're a man and you're sexy. We're gonna look. Don't care about the age. Again, you could be 150. If you stack like Megan the Stallion, we're gonna watch. Who he was, only that he was another older man ogling her at the gym. Doe could tell Sharp. Yeah, so all older men was looking at her. I can't see what that says. Here we go. She found him physically intimidating. I tell you, the King Kong thing. That's why. See, this what comes with dating a Becky is when she play Karen, it's over for you. What does that say? What I? Oh God, his determined insistence. She gave him her number. Oh shit. So she was intimidated to give. She was in Sharp intimidated her to give him her number. Damn, she's even a victim giving him the number. She's a victim. Give me a number, baby. That is wild. Let's read some more. COR. What followed was the beginning of a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. Look, it's rocky. The relationship was very unequal. Oh damn. Oh, the age thing. Man, what relationship is equal? How about the age is equal, but the man's a millionaire and the woman's a bum? That's also an unequal relationship. Come on, like what relationship is actually equal nowadays? Considerably wealthier, is physically much larger, and exponentially stronger. Sharp is famous and has power. Look, it goes all the way back. Okay, so women, y'all can't date nobody with muscles. Or I'm sorry, men with muscles. Don't date any woman that's thin and petite because she can do all this. He's physically much larger, exponentially stronger, and you have power. Don't date petite women because they're gonna do all this to you. Yeah, do you know if she would have shot him and killed him and had the same tape, she'd have been justified? Like, look how scary this could have been. Look at everything she's claiming. This is a self-defense case. Everything she's saying could be her defense had she shot him and killed him. That's how dangerous this is. This Becky could have shot. Hey, Shannon Sharpe is pronounced he's dead. He was a white small lady accused a 19-year-old white lady accused him of raping her. And look, here's the audio, and we'd all be like, "Damn, Shannon went out bad. Damn, Shannon." She could have blew his brains off with this play. That's how game goofy Shannon Sharpe is. Like he's a game goofy coon. This dude put himself in a. He lucky she only wanted the because she could have blew his brains off, and it looks like that could have been her best. That was her best route. Her best route because you see he got a mouth. He can talk back and defend and expose what it ain't. She was probably better off ending him. So he cannot tell his side. So he cannot expose, hey, this is all role play. That's how Zimmerman did Trayvon. He said, no, you can't live this one because you can't survive this one because you're able to contradict my story of self-defense. Plaintiff and Sharp saw each other on his terms. Oh shit. Of course his terms. Like you're the broke only fan model, don't do shit. I'm the busy, successful black King Kong man. So Plaintiff began to see Sharp's true nature. She found him to be dishonest about his whereabouts. He would lie about seeing other women while insisting to her she was the only one. Yeah, most likely he did that. That's you, right? But what's illegal about that? Okay, wait, I missed that. Damn. Plaintiff had experience with him before. At this point, he was insistent upon recording their sexual activities, sometimes without her knowledge. Sharp was also sharing the videos with Bucket. All right. Bucket was like, yo, let me see, bro. You lying. You ain't got no 19-year OnlyFans model. You crazy. You lying, bro. Look, Shannon, nah, I don't want to. Man, be quiet, yo. That's Bucket. Bucket get all the exclusive. Bucket is a Patreon. Bucket is a Patreon member. I promised him the exclusives with her permission or knowledge. He did it without her permission and knowledge. Sharp will repeatedly tell Gabby that he wanted do do to her things that would make no other woman want. Oh, so he wanted to do things to her that would make no other man want her. By this point, Sharp was no longer able to credibly maintain that the relationship was exclusive. Wait, they had something else that was important. I think that's when he let out the leak thing, the leak audio. So how many views he get? He got 26. That wasn't a lot. Okay. Oh yeah. He at this point accidentally or purposely to advance his career went live on Instagram while having sex with another woman. Something flew. Like a shark flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity. How's it infidelity if you're not married? Wow. So look, she gaming Goofy and this fool, but then she's pretending like, see, that's his fault. He's pretending that that's his girlfriend. See, he's doing some other type role play. See, Shannon Sharpe is so out of the game. He think he got to do what I had to do when I was young. You know, tell the girl she my girlfriend before I get a kiss. It's like Shannon Sharpe, bro. You too old and stupid, bro. You too game goofy. Nowadays, you don't gotta lie to kick it. That song, you don't gotta lie to kick it. You could be honest. Hey, man, I'm trying to smash and pass. Like these young girls, that's what they do nowadays. He's caught up in the whole, you gotta be my girlfriend in order for us to be intimate. No, dude, these women are past that. Dude, they flaunt their body and sexual appetite. You know, they think like a man but act like a woman. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Sharp even figured out how to get into Jane Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharp made it clear that what Gabby wanted was of no moment, that Sharp would get what he wanted when he wanted it. Oh, all right, hold on. Let me do, hold on. I think my audio acting up. Hello? Okay, let me see. Still on the mic or, yeah, I'm still on the mic. Okay, it made a weird noise. Okay, let's go. Like she's making this guy King Kong, yo. January 2023, the beginning of a consensual but deeply oh my God. Manipulative relationship. Manipulative relationship. Consensual. See, she got to admit that. But see, no, he manipulated me. Although I consented, but I didn't consent to the manipulation. He played mind games. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all got. What y'all saying about this evidence here? What we doing, family? Don't forget. I'm gonna be like Umar, y'all. Don't forget the cash app. If you, I look, if you send $1, I promise I won't say, yo, thanks for the dollar. Next time, make it 10. If you send $3 next time, I won't say next time make it 300. I won't do the Umar. But let's see. Let's read some chat. You know how I do. He has more victims. The BITCH wouldn't get a bag of flaming Cheetos and a Mountain Dew. Yeah, for me, yeah, exactly, Ricardo. Lap, hey brother, you got a link because I want to come up and talk about this. Okay, Lap, I don't have a link for you, but I do have a phone number for you. Hold on. Let me give Lap the phone number. All right, here you go, Lap. And let me give you the access code. You know, and Lap might be sincere or Lap might be a troll. I don't know. But let's find out. Okay, so let me read some more of the comments. Big old country black men raised by grandma. Yeah, yeah. Desperate as hell. Thirsty as hell. And you want to talk about thirsty? Yeah, he got his FBA wake up call. Yeah, Rumble is there for him. This country biscuit and cheese grits sopping Bama is in trouble again. Yeah, this sounds like, yep. So I got plenty of nothing and nothing's plenty for me. But with type of discovery, it's integrity of the court, I'm thinking at this point. He got his deep fried batter possum wake up. Ew, that's disgusting, yo. Deep fried. Oh, you about to make me throw up. Yo, you just gave me the worst. He said deep fried batter possum wake up. Oh my God. Took the bread. Yep, should have took it. I'm working and listening. Start now. Peace. And I'm gonna change my name to Will Choka. That's funny. That's a funny name. $2, two items. Shannon Sharpe lost job ESPN 100 million contract. Nah, so the 100 million contract had nothing to do with ESPN. Uh, another source is going to pay him for everything he got going on his own. Okay, and I'm telling you, that's why Stephen A. Smith got jealous because Jesus, some folks out here see Stephen A. Smith acts like a white man, and let me explain what I mean by that. White men will have genuine friendship with you as long as you are subservient, as long as you are not seen as a threat on their level or their equal. They will have a genuine relationship with you. The minute you pose a threat, and remember, a threat to them is you are on their level, educationally, financially, status wise, you're on their level. Now, the relationship is no longer smooth, is now or healthy, is now toxic to them. They need you on the bottom. They need you on the bottom. Okay. It's now to them toxic. That's how Stephen A thought. That's how he thinks. So now that Shannon Sharpe caught up with him and started to surpass him, he's seeing Shannon Sharpe as slow down, drop it, slow down. He's seeing Shannon Sharpe as a threat, an imminent threat. He felt like, hey man, this guy might replace me. Shit, my $100 million contract might go to him. He might have this plus flip station. So let me work on getting this guy out of here. Okay. Put that down. Okay, good. Yeah. Shannon Sharpe had nice chocolate. Sister mess it up. Yep. FBA, you are correct about that. Yep, she was black, man. They'll be siding with Shannon Sharpe. Golden Brown said, when are we going to stop effing with the devil? Brother, some folks just don't learn. So now I gave Lap the phone number. Lap said, hey, is there a link? Ain't no link, Lap. There's a phone number. So this is my way of seeing who's serious and who's not. See, when somebody is serious, they want to come up here and talk, they'll call in. When they just want to just troll and take the show somewhere goofy, they won't call in. They will only see. You can only mess up the show if you click the link. You can't mess up the show if you call in. All right. So, Lap, if you're a real person, if you're not one of these trolls out here, you'll call in. All right. Let's keep going. Heaven forbid that happen. Yeah. With bunny hopping, these things happen. Yep. Only a snow bunny can make these false allegations and get you caught up. And still, man, hold on. Let me say that over. Only a snow bunny can make these false allegations and still get you caught up. Nobody else can make false allegations about you and get you caught up. This is historical. This goes all the way back to the plantation. Yes. Okay. No more bananas. You ate too many. Okay. This goes all the way back to the plantation, where white women was making false accusations to against us sexually and getting us killed. That was punishable by death. Yes. Are you sleepy? Okay. Okay. Get you spaghetti. I'm gonna give you this much spaghetti, okay? This much. That's a lot. Yes, I'll give you spaghetti. Okay. So yeah, man. That's why, like I said, I ain't gotta worry about that. Look, I don't judge y'all. If y'all go snow bunny, I ain't gonna be Umar like, yo, man, you gotta get rid of her. I'm gonna just say, all right. I ain't gonna say anything. I'm just say, okay, yeah, do you. But whatever comes with that, just know it comes with that. You know what I mean? So when you find yourself in those handcuffs behind that snow bunny, that's sometimes it don't always come with it, but sometimes it does. I don't know what these emojis mean. What are you trying to say? Um, Zero tolerance said that's the lawyer words. He used those tight words against Diddy in his case. Yeah. Right. Because he's the expert. He knows how to word it correctly. Okay. I got this. I'll go from here. Stephen A. don't want no black equal or no black equality. He feels, yeah. So now I made the claim. Let me back it up. Okay, did y'all know that this happened? Wait. Did y'all know this happened? Yeah, here we go. This is better. Did y'all know this happened? Okay. Did y'all know this happened? Yes or no? I asked you a question, damn it. Answer it. Did you know? Did you know that this happened just a month ago? That's wheel. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, he's yellow. Okay. So did y'all know this happened just a month ago? Now, Stephen A. Smith, he leaves. Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, when right soon after Shannon, all these S's, Skip, Stephen, Shannon, I'm gonna get tongue tied. Where you going with that? Okay. So right after Shannon Sharpe left Skip, Stephen A and Shannon Sharpe did something together. I don't know if they was on Stephen A podcast or they was on Shannon Sharpe's, but they had went over how Skip Bayless kind of both did him dirty. Okay, and why they end up leaving him. Like they both shared their bad experiences with Skip Bayless. Okay. So they were on one accord that Skip Bayless was the common denominator why they couldn't keep their relationships, their business relationships with Skip going. Okay. So time went by, and just last month, Stephen A. Smith linked up with both of their ops, and he came on Skip Bayless' show. Now Skip Bayless' show is hanging on by the strings, right? So there's no gain for Stephen A. Smith. The gain is just only for Skip Bayless. So Skip Bayless named it the return of two goats. Excuse me, a goat. Now remember, Skip Bayless don't like to call LeBron James a goat. He like to call him something else. So it's like, well, how do you become a goat? Like, dude, like you're on the bottom of the bottom. I think even Cam Newton and Mace is doing better numbers than Skip. So it's like, yo, how are you a goat, dude? Like you can't keep nobody, no good um co-host. You can't keep no good co-host with you. You did. You was doing numbers with Stephen A. Blew that. You were doing numbers with Shannon Sharpe. Blew that, and you fell. You plummeted both times. Then you became by yourself. You've been failing doing that. So Stephen A. comes on and does a show with his op, and also more recently Shannon Sharpe's op. So now you think Shannon Sharpe really appreciated that he calls it the return of two goats, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and he calls them two goats. So it got 1 million views. Okay, 1 million views, and 1 month later, he ain't defending Shannon Sharpe when Shannon Sharpe is in his hot mess. Yo, this guy is in bed with Skip Bayless, both of their ops. Skip Bayless was hoping that Stephen A. failed when he left. Think about this, chat. Skip Bayless, when he had the show Let Go of Stephen, he was hoping Stephen A. Smith failed. When he got Shannon Sharpe fired from the same show, he was hoping that Shannon Sharpe failed. He left those boys out there to drown and go away. And Stephen A. Smith, with nothing to gain, found himself back on Skip Bayless' show trying to save Skip Bayless' failed career. Doing horrible numbers as podcasting. Horrible numbers compared to like where he was at in his name. And here go this tether on the show with Skip Bayless. So when I seen that a month ago, I was like, this is interesting. I watched some of it because I wanted to see what they talking about. I watched some of it because I want to know what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Let me make sure my microphone's about to go. I hear it making noises. Hold on. I just want to make sure. I want to know when it's going because my audio is going to change and be horrible when it goes. Return of what are they talking about? All right. Yeah, you didn't watch it. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. All you watched, all you missed was Stephen A. being disrespectful and linking up with a common op that they both had shared together. Okay, that was very disrespectful. And how about this? Am I the first to say this? What if now Shannon is gone? What if they give that slot to Skip Bayless? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be crazy. Let me see what y'all talking about. So Stephen A went on there after he signed his big contract. Wow. Look at that timing. Uh Jegna said, I can't pardon me, fellas and sisters. I can't read the names, right? Because it's in blue, it's like blue hyphenated or like blue linked. I can read your message because it's in white, but there's a glare outside that's so bright it's making your names hard to read. Yes. Yeah, this bubble's nice. Yeah, watch me. Okay, good. Let me watch. So he said, I believe it was one of our most forbidden rules on or off the plantation was to stay away from the. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Stephen A went on there after he signed his big contract. Interesting. Prior to Shannon leaving Skit, Stephen A was beefing with Skit. Right. He should have renamed it Mouth to Mouth Resuscitation. Yo, right. Yeah. Okay, cool. He should, yeah, not the return of two ghosts. Really, just I mean, the title is just disrespectful. Like Skip should say, I mean, Shannon, dang, all these S's. Stephen A. said it should have been like Shannon. Yo, can you change that name? No, not even can you change that name, bro? You try to start trouble. Change that name. Okay. Let me see. He should have renamed it. Okay, but remember that Skip is still battling a case from Fox Sports. Really? Stephen A said that he went to the boss office after he heard about Shannon. Stephen A might have been the one that sent the girl to Shannon. Yeah, yo, hey, yo, listen. Most likely Shaq did because that's how Shaq play. Most likely Shaq did because that's how Shaq play. Damn, so Shaq hated Shannon Sharp that much for calling him lazy. I mean, we all knew Shaq even admit it's his. I heard Shaq admit he could have worked out harder. You know, Kobe called. Like, everybody knows Shaq was lazy. He didn't work out, so he hates Shannon Sharp that much for just being honest. Um, that's real talk. Stephen A. with that passive aggressive hating on Shannon, it's obvious talking about he thinks him and Shannon became friends while working together. It was obvious Stephen was telling us Shannon was going to be fired. Right. Monday, Stephen A. was asking Shannon why he wasn't at the Lakers game Friday. He knew Shannon didn't go because Shannon was in trouble with that girl. Wow. Oh, that's some slick shit. Shaq ain't had yeah. Okay, I'm about to say I know Shaq ain't that going that far because he called him lazy. Oh, so Stephen A. low key asked him, "Hey, you were not at the Lakers game." Yes. So at that point, Stephen A. like I'm telling you, Stephen A. As long as you're beneath him, that's how the white man thinks. 'Cause ain't that how Skip put about Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp? As long as y'all beneath me, we can be cool. The minute I sense that you're eye to eye with me, I gotta cut you down. I gotta fire you or cut you down. I gotta humble you. Yeah, so the video ended up doing 1 million views. All right. The video did 1 million views. Okay. So when and I'm not saying, and I didn't even do a lot of research. Like this is all just memory. What I've seen, because when I say I watch something, I really watch it. And certain weird things stand out. And sometimes I either just memorize it or I screenshot it. Like when Shannon Sharp did the whole stocking cap with the black and mild, I screenshotted that way back when I first seen it. I'm like, all right, yo, this is some minstrel stuff here. And I waited to the right time to show it. So I try to be innovative when I you know talk about trending topics. I try not to be as like everybody else. I try to do a little more research or give a different spin, you know, because I think videos like this can go a long way if it's done right. But yeah, man, the ultimate this guy. linked up with the op to save old boys channel. Okay. Now let me see something real fast. Let me see something real fast. Okay. So now let me show you this. So yeah, no, I ain't capping. Okay, so the Skip Bayless show, he only has 200,000 subscribers. I think, Shannon and Stephen's name is like in the millions. Okay, he just did a video 5 hours ago. Now this is Skip Bayless. I'm doing better numbers than him. Okay, my video from yesterday or the day before, I forgot. My last live, I did 1,100 views. This guy did 822. I did 1,100. He did 822. Look at this. So now this one got up there. How about he talked about Shador. Because okay, so you're gonna always have numbers when you talk about controversial people or things, right? So Eric, because people hate Shador, so he's gonna talk about Shador, and most likely he's Stephen A. So most likely he's gonna hate and say crazy things about Shador. So let me read a few more comments and we out of here. So it says, yeah, it's Nick. You get your raise, your warrior, and feed him too. That's price and respect you to that. Okay. Ricardo, peace, man. Didn't you play that Matt Barnes audio saying that Shaq was dirty? Oh, he want dirt on Shannon? Nah, I didn't play that. I didn't see that. Y'all got the links. Y'all could sit and send the link. Skip thought his friendship with Lil Wayne was going to get him an audience. Yeah, like people don't know that don't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. All this, I get this person on my podcast and then I just grow big. That does not work. All you're gonna do is get numbers for that podcast show, and then it go back normal once that person is no longer there. That's all that's gonna happen. You're not gonna pop because you're a guest. Your show's gonna pop, but you are not gonna pop. Your podcast will once that person leave your show or no longer is on that show, your podcast will go right back to the numbers where it normally is. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. So yeah, it is so what I'm trying to do, family, you know me, I love to stay long, but I'm saying that if I keep the shows no longer than 3 hours, that people will watch it. I'm noticing that like 4 or 5 hour shows, yeah, unless it's late, people because yesterday whenever I went live, I forgot. When I got off, I had like 484 like views, like people coming in and leaving total. So once you end the live, it shows you like how many views you had, people coming in or staying, whatever. The total people who visited. When I ended that live, the first time I talked about this, I had 484, people to check me out, whether they stayed long or not, doesn't matter. 484 family. When I checked back, when I checked back, about 2 hours later, that thing said no, it said I think it said 800, so it was double. So I kept an eye on it. It went from 800 to 900, then to 1,000, and now we're at 1,147. And it was like 3 hours and 9 minutes. So I'm like, damn. So people went back and watched it. Yeah. So before I get off, do I have any more insiders before I hop off? Like I said, I don't want to make it too long, but I also don't want to compromise. All right, so some videos Skip do pretty good, like nowhere near Shannon level. Like, okay, so some videos Skip does okay, but his numbers should be more than, because he's who he is. He's been on these big syndicated radio, like TV. Like his numbers should be way more larger, given who he is and all the guests and where he had on the show. Like he should be at really where he should be doing. And he's white. And he's white. He should be doing more than Stephen A. and Shannon. So that hardcore white racist audience did not follow him because Skip Bayless, as you know, is nothing without talking about black people. And that's probably why that white racist base did not follow Skip Bayless, is because they like, hey man, we ain't trying to hear about ninjas all day. Talk about somebody, talk about Richard. What's the guy named Pritchard from the the Celtics? They want to hear about Pritchard. They want to hear about Luca. They want to hear about uh the Joker. They want to hear about Braun, that booty dude. They want to hear about these bums. They want to hear about Chet Holmgren, Caruso. Hey man, we don't want to hear nothing about no damn Ja Moran and LeBron and all these great Greek freaks, man. Tell us about Lopez, bro. Tell us about, we don't want to hear nothing about Ja Morant or Bain or Jackson. Tell us about Edie. You dig? We ain't trying to hear nothing about um Garland or Mitchell. Give us that shooter guy. I forgot his name, but give us that. Give us the white guy. So those racist guys, yeah, they ain't following Skip. But had they followed Skip, had Skip talked about something other than black people all day long, he would have had 1.9 million views per video. Okay. All right. Yeah. So now I'm going to keep in tune with the latest. So the latest information, I'm going to keep in tune with it. All right. And I will update you guys. And, because again, there's going to be more stuff, you know, coming out, whether supporting Sharp or going against him. Either way, I'm staying on top of this because they made it a racial thing because of, it's the obvious. All right. So Lap never called in because Lap was trolling. You dig? So you see, I know how to handle trolls. Call no, no link. No link. Link. Listen, the link is for co-host. The link is not for. Oh no, it's too late now. I'm out. I'm out. Hey, call in when I go live again. It's too late, guys. You cannot call in when I'm saying I'm getting off. All right, I'm not trying to make this video 10 minutes longer at all. This is like a 2-hour video, 3-hour video as it is right now. Sorry. Thank you for calling in, but call in when I go live again about 7, 8 o'clock. It's beautiful outside. It'll be beautiful later on still. So for you guys, I appreciate what I do. You dig? And you like the research, the innovativeness, hit that cash at $1, $2, whatever. It doesn't matter. It'll contribute to something. And with that being said,